And this guy's nasty too. Had some nasty skills out there. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm Archie, and this is Dribble Trips. My goal is to travel to as many different soccer matches and grounds as possible across all levels of the professional pyramid here in the US, starting with New England. Today is a special video because it will be featuring my first USL 2 match on the channel. I'll be traveling from Boston to Newton, Massachusetts to see Boston Bolts take on the Western Mass Pioneers of USL League 2. I arrived at Mount Ida College, where Boston Bolts renovated the pitch and now play. But before the match, I want to talk about some of the history behind Boston Bolts. Boston Bolts are an American soccer club based in Newton, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. The men's semi-pro team plays in USL League 2. However, they have youth academies for kids as young as 5 years old. The Bolts started in 1986 and since then have become one of the most notable development clubs in all of New England, boasting alumni such as Charlie Davies, Diego Fagundes, and Miles Robinson, who currently plays for the U.S. men's national team. The title of oldest club in the state is also impressive due to the fact that the sport has more history in the region than some may realize. With teams in Massachusetts, such as Fall River FC, being some of the most successful American soccer teams as early as the 1920s. In my opinion, another under-discussed aspect of soccer in the US is college soccer, where although athletes are not paid yet and technically not professional, players still get valuable minutes and schools have unique cultures. So players in the US often grow up wanting to play college soccer. So in a way, college soccer is an intricate level to the football pyramid itself. And to connect it all, here's a crazy stat. 70% of MLS draft picks come out of the USL 2, largely because of the minutes that USL 2 can give college players in the summer. And I imagine it's tricky in the US because it's tough to invest in a player when a majority of them go on to play collegiate soccer. That's one reason lower level leagues like USL 2 are important, because they help fill those gaps and help players continue their professional career. I arrived at Mount Ida Field in Newton, and it is a perfect spring afternoon for some football. It is also the first match of the short USL 2 season, which is played in the summer. Boston Bolts roster features some of the best prospects in New England, including players who start at Division I colleges in the area. However, Western Mass Pioneers have been one of the better teams in the USL 2 Northeast Division for a handful of years now. Although I am one of the only fans in attendance, I'm excited to see the game in its purest form and see what these young guys can do. I am currently here in Newton, Massachusetts, here to see USL League 2 team Boston Bolts. As I waited for the match to start, I actually had some awesome conversations with a few fans in attendance. Someone told me that in their opinion, USL League 2 can actually be more competitive than USL League 1. This is because, since USL League 2 is technically still semi-pro, top players from universities can still play on USL 2 clubs, whereas they cannot play on USL League 1 clubs. I'm not saying I agree, but it's an interesting point. Bolts and Pioneers lined up and the match was ready to kick off. The whistle blew and the first match of the USL 2 season for both these teams kicked off. And let's also just take a second to appreciate how beautiful the scenery is. I also read that Boston Bolts have had relationships with Celtic FC of Scotland as well as Kerry FC of Ireland. By the way, I was a bit disappointed when I found out that Boston Bolts were not selling any merch at the match. I know it's a small club, but I'd love to show my support, you know? A t-shirt, scarf, something. Boston Bolts, if you're watching this, get on that. It was a good defensive showing from both sides in the first half, and the score is 0-0. It definitely felt like whichever team found a crack and scored first would win the match. It has been a hard-fought, physical match. Let's see what Western Mass does with this corner kick. Western Mass get a header off a great delivery into the box and go up 1-0 on the Boston Bolts. And there you have it. Western Mass Pioneers start off the season with a hard-fought 1-0 victory against the Boston Bolts on the road. And coming up now, I was lucky enough to get an interview with Zach Sardi of the Boston Bolts, who is an awesome player and a really cool person. All right, so I'm here with Zach, number 5 of the Boston Bolts. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. We unfortunately had a tough result. Didn't go our way today, but really proud of the boys.
No, for sure.
Full shift. We almost got one in the end, so first game, really proud of the guys.
Definitely. And this guy's nasty too. Had some nasty skills out there, so good match, man. How long you been playing footy?
Since I could walk, man. Yeah,
okay.
Long time.
Respect.
Yeah.
And you told me before that you're playing at school as well right now, right?
Yeah, so I'm a rising junior at Harvard University, and I play on the men's varsity soccer team.
Okay, nice, man. What position or positions do you play?
Honestly, all over the place.
All
Whoever
over the
the
place.
coach needs me, but
Hell yeah.
mostly on the left side, so like left back, left wing back, left wing.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
That's dope. And have you played for any clubs outside of Boston Bolts?
Yeah, so I played for the New England Revolution Academy.
Okay, cool.
For 6 years prior to Harvard.
Okay.
And then I played for Milton Academy for 3 years on the varsity team and captained the team my senior year.
Yeah.
And then I played for the United States boys and men's national teams for U14, U15, and U18.
Respect, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Good stuff.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
No, for sure. All right. And last question I want to ask you, Zach. What club do you support?
Well, overall, I support Real Madrid, the
Okay.
best team in the world.
Yeah.
Make no mistake.
Belly
But
goal.
In the belly goal.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get my celebration on today.
Yeah.
Getting close.
Soon.
Soon, right. But in the Prem, Arsenal. So,
Okay.
looking forward to this result for the Tottenham Man City game. Hopefully, you know, Tottenham got the dub. It hurts to say that, but
Yeah.
hopefully they got it. And, Arsenal, back in first place and
Yeah.
win the Prem. Yeah,
No, for
let's
sure.
hope.
Hey, appreciate you, Zach. Keep on balling out, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Once again, big shout out to Zach Sardi. As you guys could see, he is an awesome player and a really cool guy. I'm really grateful for the interview and appreciate the insight that he gave us here on the channel. As always, thank you to everyone who tuned in, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Dribble Trips. Make sure to like and subscribe and drop a comment. Let me know, does your city have a local soccer club? I rode my skateboard through the hills of Newton back to Boston. Grateful for another exciting journey in the world of football in the US. We're going to see Boston FC face off against Vermont Green of USL League 2. My boy Laron just made this morning.
By creating an
Nice.
imaginary picture. Usually it's something that moves.
So Montreal, we lost 5-1, in the derby to Toronto last night. So it was nice to put that behind me and, you know, support our kind of brotherly club in Vermont Green. And
here in the U.S. in 2015, and then in 2018 we opened up our sister branch in Goiás, Brazil, in Minas Gerais. We recently became one of 50 recognized clubs in Brazil as a development club.
Oh, wow.
Recognized